What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from A Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. I'm here to talk to you about episode 31 of Big Brother, and I didn't even really watch the rest of the episodes, like Sunday's episode and Wednesday. I watched Wednesday's episode, but it was all about Thursday's eviction, right? Because we're down to 5 people, and it's Alyssa, Turner, Monty, Britney, Taylor. We're down to 5 people, and it's just really boring in the house. People are deciding to showmance at the last minute, and I don't know. I'm really conflicted about what has been happening. I'm kind of like all over the place, and you know, me and J Dell on Instagram, we chat a bit about Big Brother. He's on one side of the fence, I'm on the other side of the fence looking at him like, but again, we adopt similar connections despite our differences. This may not be a long video, but I do want to talk about the BB updates because I follow the BB updates because I'm not at home watching the live feeds like that. You know, and so the BB updates keep me updated. And there are a couple of points that I want to talk about. I'm not going to do 10 because I don't think it's worth all of that, right? Topic number 1, the people that are left in the house. Out of everyone that is left in the house, the only one that I want to win is Taylor. That's it. I feel like Taylor has not betrayed anyone. Taylor has not, become a villain. Even after all of the crap that she has endured in this house, she has remained loyal. She has been kind. She has been graceful to everyone. She was graceful to Alyssa about Kyle when Alyssa wasn't grateful to her about Joseph. She has been grateful to Britney even though Britney tried to get rid of her. She has been graceful to Monte, and they have been having showmance interactions with each other at night, even though this man put her on the block and put her in harm's way multiple times. She has been graceful to Monty, even though Monty shattered on her at the very beginning because he was infatuated with Paloma. She has been graceful to Turner when Turner betrayed the leftovers, sent Joseph out the house based on a lie, and was after Taylor when they got back in the house and he was HOH. No one standing left in the house has had Taylor's back 100%. And I'm afraid for her because of that. So I'm not happy with the people left in this house. No one's standing on a moral compass, although Turner likes to believe that he is. No one is standing on a moral compass except for Taylor. So that's topic number 1. Topic number 2, Britney feeling ousted, by Taylor and the communications that Taylor is having regarding what happened with Michael. She's crying in the bathroom. She's so hurt and distraught and feeling like she's left alone. And she decides to confide in Alyssa, and Alyssa reels her in. Alyssa finally decides to play the game at the very last minute. Reels Britney in to vote to keep her going against Taylor. And Britney does that. Britney and Taylor have been attached to each other for a very long time because of Michael, although, Britney was always loyal to Michael more so than Taylor. But it didn't take much for Britney to turn on her. It's crazy. I never really cared for Britney, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't know, it's just crazy. She's deciding to show her true colors. She's always been scatterbrained and all over the place throughout the entire season, so it's not too shocking to see her do this, but she has nothing left. She's all alone. And so she's just trying to survive. And so that's that. Alyssa, topic number 3, Alyssa using her best friendship card against Turner. So here's the thing. I feel like Alyssa has been a waste this entire season. She's not won anything. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that I remember that she has not won anything. I know I misquoted and said that, you know, Monty only won once, but he's won a few things now. But she hasn't won anything. She hasn't played a role in anything. She's just been she's just been floating. She's been a big D, if you will. And so she's gone, but I didn't care if she was on the block or not. You know, the only person that I'm rooting for, the only hero in this whole entire season is Taylor. She's the only righteous one. She's the only good one. So I didn't really care that she was on the block, but her using the friend card against Turner, hey, was for game. You know, Turner sat there and told Michael that he would not put another LGBT person up on the block, but he did it anyway, you know. And it's very interesting how, you know, people are going against Michael for, you know, the whole race card thing or whatever. And here we have someone bringing up sexual orientation as a kind of like scale to the balance, you know. And, you know, Turner's like, morally, that's just wrong what Alyssa did. I feel like Turner is in the same bed. Alyssa and Turner are both lying in the same bed. What Turner did to Joseph was crazy. What Turner did to the leftovers was crazy. Seems like Turner is able to sway and go either direction. And to be quite honest, I didn't really realize until last night's episode how much of a hold Monty has on Turner. Where is that coming from? You know, I've seen some, you know, conversations between them, but where is that coming from? Why does Turner feel to owe Monty? I don't understand that. I don't understand the connection there. Although, you know, according to the BB updates, they said they were rolling together since week 3, but I still don't see the connection there between the two of them, because in my mind, if I was Turner, I would have sent Taylor packing. I would have saved Alyssa. Alyssa would have had my back. Although Alyssa's not winning anything, how much of a back is she going to have? I don't know. But for him to just, I don't know, it's just weird. It's because for me, I sit in the space of that morality space where if I've connected with someone and I say to someone that I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to blatantly go against my pact with someone for the sake of the game. Maybe that would be my detriment if I ever were to enter the Big Brother house. But Turner lying completely to Alyssa's face was just wrong for me. Like, what was the point in that? You already knew what was happening. What was the point in that? That made no sense to me, you know? And of course you said what you needed to say in your goodbye message, but still, it's like you can't be a person that says that we're the only ones that stand on the moral compass when you aren't. Neither of you are. The only one left that's standing on any kind of morality or moral compass is Taylor. Period. So I don't know. I would be, again, I go back to saying I would be Cody. I'm going to switch that now. Well, actually, Joseph and Taylor are kind of one and the same. I would be Cody, Davon, and Joseph and Taylor. That would be my gameplay, right? Topic number 4, the showmance between Taylor and Monty. I'm not a fan. And I'm leaning more towards the personal side of it than the game side of it. I'm not a fan of Monty. I'm not a fan of Monty for having the ability to do what he has done with Taylor and to play in her face. I feel like Monty is playing in her face because he's not sticking his neck out there. He's sticking something else out there, but he's not sticking his neck out there for her. And I guess people on the game side of things can be like, well, Wes, he's giving her carte blanche to win something, to make the moves that she wants to make because she needs to put herself in that position of power. Okay, but at the same time, he's banging her out every night and telling her, you know, they're kissing and all this extra stuff. And then he just throws her to the wolves. I don't know. Like, it's like, for me, that's not okay. For me, I feel like, why have sex with this chick? Why make things emotionally complicating? And then, you know, not be able to separate your emotion and say, well, I got to do what's best for me. And it is what it is. That's just, I don't know. That's too much for me. That's too much. I wish me per se. I just wish that Monte would have been like, you know, let's hold off. Let's try to start something outside of the house so that we don't get things confused. Because for me, I'm just completely confused. How do you bang her out and then throw her on the block? Because it's good for your game. Sure, you have this pact with Turner. You don't want to be left in the house with 3 chicks up against you. All of that is great. But I don't know. I just feel like, that's just horrible. Maybe Taylor doesn't, because she stands by her man. They're using the L word now in the house, and she's jumping in his arms and kissing him. And they're talking about, you know, there being a love interest in the end, and it's a great story. Man and woman, 2 African Americans in the end again. Blah, 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 blah. But at what cost, right? Leaving Turner in the game is going to jeopardize Taylor. If Turner wins, he's taking Monte. Maybe Taylor's at peace with that. But I feel like she is the only one deserving of the cash prize at this point, because she's been morally sane and she's played the game. Not winning comps, but, well, she won HOH now. She won HOH twice. And she had no control over any of her HOHs. So I'm just about that. But whatever. She's won HOH twice. So it is what it is. She's safe. She's making it to final 3. But I'm not a fan of them showmancing. I'm not. Because I feel like she's giving him all of her grace and he's not giving her anything. He's like, well, yeah, if you could win, then your vote, I can't stop it. Your vote will send out Turner. Duh, we already know that. We're in the game. We already know that. But don't be sitting up here sticking your snake in me, and then all of a sudden I can ask for, like, what? I don't know. That's me. I would be an emotional player. I would be, yes, I would be. And I would have every right to be that. But that's just me. Outside of what's happening with Taylor and Monte, I think Monte is a great player. I think he's deserving of the money after Taylor. And that's just my opinion on that. I feel like he's played a great game. He's won when he's needed to win. He got Michael out. His social game has been great. And he's been, for the most part, honest to the people that he needed to be honest to. That conversation between him and Britt was very vicious, where she felt like she was in a space of power to tell him what to do. And I was looking at Monty, looking at her like, who you talking to? It wouldn't have been me. It wouldn't have been me. I wouldn't have allowed for that conversation to go as long as it did. So he's, kudos for him for that. But I would have shut her all the way down from probably the second paragraph. Who are you talking to? You saw it all in his face. He wanted to, who you talking to? Like what? Like, huh? So I completely understand, outside of the Taylor piece, why he did what he did and why he's moving the way that he wants to move regarding his game. But you don't have to bring sex into the equation for my girl Taylor. I don't think he fully understands. Like, he apologized quite a few times, but it's not like the words aren't matching to the actions. Like, there's not enough apology in the world for me to feel completely safe with you. It's just not enough for me watching. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't know. It's just the way, I don't know. I'm not a fan of this showmance. I'm a fan of Joseph and Taylor. That's what I'm a fan of. And, you know, Taylor admitted that she wants to be chased. She wants to be sought after. And Joseph never did that. So Joseph never got the opportunity to do anything with her. But because they've been in the house 70 some odd days, they're in this bed. You know, he's a beautiful man. She's a beautiful woman. It is nice for Monty to finally state out loud that Taylor is attractive. That Taylor is a beautiful woman. Because up until this point, it was just like, dude, like, what is the issue with her? Why are you having all of this malice and this ill energy toward her? Just could never understand it. It was borderline Terrence vibes, you know? So it's nice to know that Monty is definitely attracted to her and that Monty looks at her as a beautiful black woman, because, you know, he came out of his mouth talking about it would be amazing to have 2 African American people. And let me quote the BB updates. Let me see if So Monty won power with veto. Spoiler alert. Taylor to Monty, I am proud of you. Congratulations. Taylor, do not give up. Britney, I just don't even know what I could remotely say. Taylor says, leave it to me. Taylor wants Britney to stay in the game because that's the surefire way that she'll make it to final 3 and most likely final 2, right? And so it is what it is. But Monty wants to get out Britney because he feels like he does not want to reward her for her gameplay, where Turner has played horrifically as well. I don't even think Monty really understands what happened outside with his homeboy Joseph, to be honest. And so it's like we're trying to save, it's the lesser of two evils for the most part. But for Taylor's sake, which is the only person that I care about in this game, Britney needs to stay in the house. But of course, Monty is not going to do that. He doesn't even care that he's, playing with, the emotions and the vagina at this point. It's all for his game, and he's taking game out of personal and personal out of game. I don't know. It's just crazy for me. Taylor says, oh my God. Monty says, what a story. Taylor says, enemies to lovers to final 2. Monty says, exactly what I was thinking. We did it. And they're just kissing and smooching and stuff. Enemies to lovers? Are they really? I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they're just, caught up in rapture because they're the only ones in the house. There's just them left. I don't know. I just feel yuck about it. If they make it to final 2, if Monty, that's what I'll say, because I could go on and on and on. If they make it to final 2 and if Monty wins HOH and decides to keep Taylor, then I will be like, okay, all of that, snake and vagina action was great because now it makes sense. But if Monty kicks out Taylor over Turner, what? And then again, if Turner wins because, Monty's deciding to keep Turner, if Turner freaking wins, then, he's sending Taylor away. And it's like, yeah, she made it to the end. She's going to be America's favorite house guest. All of that is great. But she deserves the win. People like her deserve the $750,000. It is what it is. I hope that she doesn't. I hope she's in final 2. I just hope she's in final 2. Taylor says, we just have to make sure we sit in those final 2 seats. Monty says 100%. Taylor says, Turner beats both of us. Monty says, I know. I don't know in what world she thinks that's possible. Maybe so. Maybe. I don't know. Taylor to Monty, the same way for you to say last week, my hands are tied if Taylor won the veto, it's clear what I would have happened. Choice is up to the house. It's easier for me to do the same this week. I don't have to make the decision. So she's okay with Britney going. Just dumb. Taylor to Monty, you know what I would prefer, but I know what you trust more, and I know what I trust more. I know Britney would still take you. She is so scared of Turner. You ultimately have the actual final say. Taylor says, I feel more confident if it is you and me against Britney. Monty says that we take the cake pretty easily. Taylor says, you win, you take me. I win, I take you. Monty says, good to hear. With Turner, it's much more difficult. It's a lot for me to think about. Monty is not sending Turner out. He's just not. He doesn't care about Taylor's game. He only cares about his own. Which again, that's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. But I'm always going to feel some sorts of way about that. It is what it is. Y'all need to let me know how y'all feel about everything that's going on. It's interesting. I'm happy that Taylor is here. I'm happy that she won HOH where it mattered. And I just don't, there's nothing she could do about it. Monty won veto. He's going to take Turner off, and it is what it is. He's going to send Britney out the door. So it is what it is. But Taylor's story is just so phenomenal that it deserves to be rewarded. Her personality, her as a human being, the same kind of crap that he fed Turner, is just, she's phenomenal and she deserves to win. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think, and deuces.